Hello, how's it going, people? YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to. I'm going to do. I kind of I say a tutorial, but I'm basically going to do a paint scheme, kind of quick, maybe not complete, but I'm going to get the kind of basics done. So as you may or may not know, actually what's running in the back there is the Porsche 911 RSR GT3 car. Now I've kind of come up with this colour scheme. This is my kind of DM sports concept, and basically what it is, when I make a colour scheme, I like to go with a kind of theme, and I think sometimes you've got to because you can actually get to a point where you know you get a car, you throw some paint on it, you throw some stickers on it, or decals, and you don't have if you don't have a direction, sometimes you can get a little bit sort of lost. And what you end up doing is maybe quitting and not actually saving it or completing the actual paint scheme. So this is obviously the Porsche. I need to actually change the hood colour. I think I've got another colour for the hood, a kind of lighter tartan. But basically, this is my DM Motorsports, which is Darren McCall Motorsports. Always it's my name and initials. So it's my kind of fantasy make believe race team that I have. And I've had that in F1 as well. It was DM uh, Motorsports that I've had. So the idea behind it was if I had a racing team and I had the money, basically I would probably build a car and then I would sort of like go to sponsors because obviously that's the one thing that you need. So you would have like a main sponsor and then you'd have you'd trickle down to like a secondary sponsor. So in this car, a kind of main sponsor is obviously Highland Spring. And I've got a few sort of design features that I keep with all my cars. So what I'm going to do today is, because we've actually bought some other GTC cars, the GTC cars that I've actually just purchased, let's go to date acquired. As you probably see here, I've got two 911s. I actually bought this one this morning, and I've got my original Porsche that I bought. That's now going to become the Truffle Hunter, which is the pink pig livery, which I think is absolutely amazing. I liked it so much, I wanted to have it like there as a kind of permanent fixture. So I've got my DM Motorsports Porsche, and I've got my obviously the Pink Pig. So as you can probably see here, I've got various other DM Motorsport cars already made up. I do have the RCZ Peugeot, which I probably need to do. But the car I'm going to do today is I'm going to do this one, which is the 485 Italia GT3 car. So this actually got a livery on at the moment because the basic livery for this is quite in fact there's nothing on it, it's just red. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick tutorial, a tutorial of sorts. There's probably a lot of people there that don't really do they go into the actual kind of livery design, but it's very easy to sort of to do one. So basically, I'm going to do the quick. I'm probably going to do the door, the tartan hood, Scotland flag in the top, and maybe a few other little things. I don't want to run the video too long. I want it to be quick. So let's create design, and let's just create from a new design. So as you can see there, the Ferrari is pretty basic. I think this is actually how it comes. You know, there's not really a lot to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I don't think there's any race options. I'm going to put yeah, I'll probably go with the black. I'll go with the black and I'll put my name in white. I don't like. Yeah, I'm not going to go with the yellow. I'm just going to go with the normal tin. So as you can see there, I've actually put my name into Gran Turismo. I think it just looks more professional. I used to have my nickname, which kind of bugged me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. So here we go. That's the Ferrari. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually paint it. Now, if you're designing a car, it depends what you want to go for. Some people go for quite over the top schemes. As I say, my idea of a race car, I want to keep it like an actual like a proper race team. You know, couple of logos, not over the top, but you know, gets kind of point across. So the first thing that I do for my DM Motorsports personally is change the paint. So you can't really. It depends what you want to do. If you do, if you put like a some kind of element on and you've got overspill, sometimes what you do is you do a little patch elements to cover up the overspill. The trouble is if you do like a anything other than a solid paint scheme, if you do like a metallic or a pearl paint scheme, the patchwork that you do doesn't work. So I tend to keep my paint just absolutely basic. So this is my blue. It's almost like a St Andrews flag blue colour. It's probably not really the colour that I would go for in a team. If I was going for a team colour, I'd probably go for something really vibrant, like you know, like a yellow or maybe even like the pink, like just something really kind of like something like that, like really bold. And I could probably change the colour for DM Motorsports to that. It'd probably work with the tartan hood and you know certain elements. But for us, it's this colour here. So I usually just paint all. Now you can change for the wing mirrors. I like to add a little bit sort of difference. I go with Scotland, like heather, tartan, you know, purples, blues, whites, that kind of thing. So I go for this purple for the wing mirrors. Sometimes I change, like body 2 I think is just the hood. Now that's going to be tartan anyway, so I don't really bother with that. The rear wing, again, I sometimes go with the purple. Sometimes I go with a black. It really depends. You know, I don't really think there's much in it, so I'll just go with purple just now. And I used to have coloured wheels, but I actually sometimes prefer to paint the wheels black. I think can be quite a good look. See, that's just too much. The blue, I don't know. I think black always looks good in a car. But we'll keep the original colour of wheels at the moment. So we're now going to go into the decals. Now I actually uploaded some decals. I'm actually just going to have a quick look to see if they're in because funnily enough, yeah, there's still nothing there. These ones are uploaded. These were like DM Motorsport logos, but as you can see there's nothing coming up. So I need to find out a way of uploading when it loads. For some reason it's not showing, so I don't know why. So delete that layer. So I usually start off with the side and I start with the door. Now I went on and downloaded quite a few like Scottish branded companies. Um, and I think my first one that I put on is actually like the Scotland flag logo. It's down here somewhere. There it is. And then what I do is press this button. That's for paint. That's for your layer controls. That's for your projection range, which means that you know sometimes you can have it just quite flat. If it's going too deep into the car, you can actually change that. But we're basically going to change the edit deco, and then we're just going to expand it. Now I like to get it level. As you can see here, you kind of want to eye in. Now, if you do the R1 button, you hold that, you can actually move the camera to up and down. And then you can zoom in with the R2 button. So I want to get it kind of level with this bottom bit. I'm just trying to eyeball it. It's probably actually not too bad as it is. So I put it down where I want it. So we're going to expand it a little bit. Let's just bring it up a little bit. See where that's going to sit. And I usually just get this white bit just inside here. Get it maybe down there. Could maybe go a little bit more. Let's see what that's like. That's maybe too much. See, it's starting to bleed into that top part. Yeah, I think maybe there's just about right. I mean, for every car, it could be slightly different. It's never going to be the same. So I'm quite happy with how that's sitting up there. I don't want it going too much up in this kind of area. I don't want it overspilling in here. I want to keep it to this part. So that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So what I do is go into my layer control, and then I'm going to duplicate it on the other side. And if I press this one, it 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 kind of does it, but it does it the wrong way. So I need to do it symmetrically. So hit that, and there we go. That's that done. So the next one I'm going to add in, I'm going to put my Highland spring. So go back. Click this little camera, select camera, and I can quickly go back to this side. Go into my collection. I've already saved these logos into my my favourites, so I can quickly see the Highland Spring, I think, is in the next one. So the Highland Spring, I would deem as being my main sponsor, and then Lafroig, the Scotch whisky, is like a secondary sponsor. So now I think before I'd put this logo down here, which I think actually does work a little bit. I mean, I may at some point go back to that, but I think this cat's, I don't know what it's doing. It sees something out the window. I actually do kind of like it there, if I'm honest. But I've actually been putting it in the middle of the the kind of Scotland flag here. Make it a little bit bigger. Try and fill it out. I usually line it up with this little line here and the thistle, and that'll line up just there. And that's probably going to be perfect. Yeah, that'll do it. And then again, just duplicate the opposite side. This one you don't need to do it. You don't need to do this one. Just hit that, and that's it done. The next one is going to be the hood or the bonnet, depending where you come from. So again, it's usually in body 2. You do have side mirrors. I don't really bother too much with the side mirrors. Windows. The windshield banner, which you can put your own logo up as well. In fact, I could actually do, I suppose, another sponsor up here, but I usually just keep Gran Turismo. And then other is other parts of the car. Now that can be a little bit temperamental, depending on, some cars have got different elements to them, so they'll have different parts, shall we say. So body 2, let's get the camera lined up, and we just simply want to pick the tartan. Now I do have 2 tartans. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to put both in. The reason being for that, I can switch between the 2 tartans quick. So this was my, it's down here, where is it? Oh, I've lost it. I think it's in the first page. That's my other tartans, my other one, there it is. So, yeah, I've not got that centre, which is kind of annoying, but I can expand it. And what I want to do is just get it to the edge, which is roughly about there, maybe a little bit more. And there we go. I'm just eyeballing my corners, making sure just to go over just a touch. I would say that's about bang on there. So that's that tartan in place. Let's get the other one on top. Collection, and I've got this one, which I actually quite like as a tartan. It's a little bit lighter. It's a bit more. If people say tartans, they'd probably go, "Oh, that's, to me that's a proper." It's almost like a Stuart tartan, which I think is actually my. Obviously, being Scottish, my clan. I think I need to actually double check with my mum. She's kind of the expert in that sort of thing. But the Stuart tartan, I think, is a tartan that I would have in my name, I believe. I could be wrong though. So this one's a little bit, it's not the same. If you look at it, it's a little bit different. I wouldn't say it's symmetrical, if that's the word. But there we go, have that one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the depth angle. I'm going to put the depth a little bit more, so it covers all those little nooks and crannies. Because if you look here, the ducting there, in fact, yeah, we need that a little bit more. We'll probably put the limit angle as well. Yeah, there we go. And all that does, it's just basically the projection. So if you've got like a part you're trying to fill and it's basically flat, you don't really need to touch any of that. But if you've got like recesses, then you need to do the limit and depth angle. I don't know what the depth, I thought the depth would have done a little bit. Yeah, you can see it there. I just put it up to like 8 basically. So you can see that it actually goes into all the kind of recesses. So I need to change that with this one as well. So let's quickly do that. Make it the same. Do an 8, an 8. And again, if you toggle these, like if I put hide this way, you'll see that. I mean, that tartan's quite nice. I actually quite like the purple, but I've been rocking. I'm actually going to hide that one as well. Oh, wrong button. So I'm going to hide this, and then I'm going to show that way. There we go. Now let's put the Highland Spring, because the Highland Spring is on the front. I've got a kind of layout that I do, which doesn't really change. Which just means you get a little bit of consistency with all the sponsors and your other cars. Again, you can really just randomise it. Each car can be slightly different. So there we go. Now the Highland Spring, we've got this ducting here. So if we put it here, it's not really going to show. So we're going to go here. It's going to be fairly big. I'm going to line it up. In fact, I'm going to line it up with the... If you want to line something up, basically zoom in. So the Ferrari badge is your perfect alignment tool. And that's it. And then move it up. And then move the camera up. I would say about there. That's between that red line and the yellow line at the top. That's perfect. Happy with that. So let's go back to this, and then we'll go to decals again, and then I want to do the roof. So pick the roof, and then what I usually tend to do, I tend to move the car around a little bit. In fact, you get the right button. So I spin it round. Again, I'm just using the right analog stick here. And sometimes what I like to do is line it up as square as I can. So you can see here, that's maybe not the best thing to line up with. Like these 2 points here. Yeah, we need to go a little bit. I would say that's absolutely perfect. And all I'm really doing there is just getting it so that it's nice and square. We zoom out. So what I'm going to do is make a saltire type flag. So I'm going to move my cursor up. Now another good thing to do is line up where you're going to put the decal. So make it like in the middle. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Now before, what I used to do for the Scotland flag, this is one of the reasons why I picked this paint scheme. Because I used to do, there's actually a couple of Scotland flags that are quite good. This one here was good. And then what I'll do is expand it, but as you can see, the colour is a little bit darker. Now I possibly could go for a darker blue. In fact, I'm actually just gonna finish that, and what I'm going to quickly do is just change the paint. I just want to see if so go body, and let's go for a darker. Yeah, you can see there that particular blue on that flag is slightly different. I don't even think it's that's the closest I've seen to that one. Let's go this blue. Yeah, there isn't really a blue that matches, so I'm going to go back to my original blue. So what I've been doing is, I go with that blue because I've been doing like a flag that's pretty much the same colour of blue. back into Scotland flag. So, I mean, that it actually works. I mean, that would probably do a job, but what I tend to do, I did have a flag. I'll show you another flag that I had. That one there would probably work, but this one down here, this one here. Now, as you can see there, the blue is perfect. And what I used to do, I used to expand it, and then maybe go. If you press L1, you can modify it, so I can stretch it. I can then put it out, so I can get it pretty much where I need to be. But you can see the problem here. It kind of goes a bit funny. So what I've been doing, and I feel it's a little bit better. Get rid of that. The way I've been doing it with shapes. So I've been going into these shapes here and selecting this one, and then all I do is click on it, and I can modify it. I can stretch it up. I can make it a little bit bigger. Rotate it round. I want to go to 45 degrees. Expand. Now, a couple of things I can do here. I can move it. So I'm trying to think where I need to be. It maybe be quite nice just to get it there. So you got a nice little angle, but you can see there that it's slightly different. So I may have to modify this a little bit. Maybe try and get the length a bit right. So where do I want to be? I may actually do what I did before. Right, I'm going to go longer, because there's another technique I can do to finish this off. I want to get it at this, just where the front window is. I want to get it just perfect. I think that's about right. So hit that. What's my angle? 50 degrees. Oh, I need to think. I need to do maths. This is maybe not good at this time in the morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing that round. Oh, I need to work out. Would that be 305? Does that compute? Nope. I'm trying to get it to match this, but the thing is, it's maybe not perfect. So that was 50 degrees. Oh, I need to work back. What would that be? No, it wouldn't be 30. I think I just need to eyeball this actually. Do we see? I mean, I think that, but I think I need to move it. I mean, that's kind of close. It's more, I think it's more this way. No. It's very difficult to match. That's actually close. That needs to go over more actually. Oh, this is very difficult to get this exact. Right, that's on the corner. I'm just trying to eyeball this. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. Right, so that's my Scotland flag. So I can tidy this up. The front part is, I might actually do a different technique. So let's go finish that flag. Add layer. So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to try and like fade it in. So I've got one that I use. I'm trying to think what it is. There's one, I think it's back here actually. It's down here somewhere. It's like a red one, but you can change the colour. Yeah, it's this one here. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to zoom in because I want to get this. I want to get this kind of perfect. So we'll start at the back. We'll start here. Right, let's move. And I want to get it trying to think if I want to go that way. Actually not too bad in terms of size. Yeah, that's about perfect. So I can move it down a little bit. So maybe I want to get it. I'm trying to think how I want to get this, to be honest. So that doesn't look right because it's red. But what I can do is I can paint it. And paint it the same colour as the blue of the car. And then what we do is we just adjust it. Maybe just even expand it a little bit. Get a little bit more over. Did that change colour? It didn't. Alright, change colour again. I don't know why that didn't save. I don't think I pressed OK. Right, so here we go. So I'm just going to swing the camera around. Make sure there's no like overspill. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this on the other side. So let's go here, layer, duplicate on the opposite side. Now you can see there that we're not perfectly lined up. Sometimes that happens. You're just going to double check stuff. So let's just move it. And you see there's obviously a problem here in that it's the wrong way. So we need to, I think we need to flip it vertically. Nope. We need to do it. So I'm going to go back and then I'm going to go horizontally. That's it. And you get quite a nice effect. It's like it kind of, to me, I might do this in all my other cars. I think it's quite a good look. So what I want to do is, I maybe want to duplicate that and then add it. So let's go here, let's duplicate. And then what I'm going to do is move it down. Now I'm trying to think what way I need to get this going. I need to move it. How's this going to go? I need to maybe flip horizontally. No, that's not going to go back. This is where it's quite difficult because you get kind of, right, it'd be that one there. Yeah, I quite like that. I think that's going to work. Maybe move this down a little bit. Try and line it up with the one at the back. Again, we're going to duplicate. I'll duplicate symmetrically. Yeah, that's it. That's what I needed to hit up there. So there we go. That's just installed the sides, the tartan hood, and we've got a Scotland flag on the top. And I think that's quite a nice effect actually. It just blends into the rest of the body. So the next thing I'm going to do is the tail. I just need to see how long. Oh, long one. Right, we're 28 minutes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tail and maybe just do a couple of other little, like some of the other parts that I do. So we go rear wing. So the sponsor up here is the whiskey, which is Lafroig. Is it Lafroig? No, it's not. I say Lafroig. It's quite a weird name actually. Where is it? It's down here. There we go. Main sponsor. Let's just expand. We go as big as we can. This one's actually not too bad because it's kind of. Again, if you go with a black wing, you can go white lettering. Sometimes I prefer a black wing. In fact, I might just go. I'm going to go white anyway, but I don't know whether I want to change that wing. So what I usually do now, I usually do one underneath. So again, we swing it round, swing the camera around. I might even change the depth of that. You can see it flash. It's not going on to the body because it's just the wing. Let's go Lafroig. Paint it white. let's resize, make it a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit tricky. It doesn't really match the top. So this one's a little bit smaller. I think just because the wing element's a little bit different underneath. So there we go. I think that will do it. So I'm going to change the depth on this actually, just so we don't get any bleed through. So I want to do the opposite of that. Like you can see there. We'll limit the angle as well. That should be okay. Right, let's pick. Oh, I've got hiccups, sorry. The top one. Again, I'm just going to do the same. Just take a couple off it. Should be about there. Right, now we're going to do the side plates. So again, swing the camera around. Get it pretty much in the centre. And then you... Oh, sorry, wrong one. Back. Oh, I need to redo that now. So there we go. Let's get it on the end plate. And that's going to be the SSE, which is the Scottish Power Industry. I think that's on the next page. Here it is. Again, the colour of this is like blue. I usually change it to white. Now for this one, you see here, there's a perfect example of the kind of bleed through you get. Like those two lines, and I think there's lines underneath. Don't think there's anything. Yeah, you see it at the back there. So that's a perfect example of when you need to use the angle options. So if we go to limit angle, simply bigger, probably go to 5. If you go any further, you'll see it'll probably, yeah, we don't actually have an issue there. We can go with 8, and that's it. And then what happens is when you duplicate that in the opposite side, it will keep the same angle options, or the projection is the same, and that's the rear wing done. Now I can quickly change that. I might actually see what it's like in black. So let's paint the rear wing. Let's go for, actually I think you can do special, I can't do carbon parts, which is quite annoying. But you can go with different colours. I mean, I could actually put that as tartan as well, but I think it's quite nice in black actually. It kind of highlights the Lafroig a bit more. So that's the rear tail done. That's the sides, the top, and basically, I mean, it's almost kind of there. There's not really. There's a lot more I've got to add with other sponsors. Let's maybe quickly do. Let's actually go in the front bonnet. I'm actually trying to see if there's a. Now I think that red wire. I could be wrong in this, but I believe that's an electrical cut-off. So if the car's in trouble, safety marshals can basically pull that, and it pulls like a pin, I believe. So you don't have to do this. I just feel it adds a bit more kind of realism to it. So I'm going to put in this. I'm going to downsize this a little bit. I usually put that a bit here, turn it round so it's angled with the location. And then I usually put in this one as well. So we go body again, add, and then I usually go with this, which is an electrical kind of warning sticker. Now this just adds a bit more authenticity to the paint scheme. This is all about making it in a real world scenario. You can actually line that up with there, maybe round a little bit, there we go. And usually put that up. There we go. And that just adds a little bit of, I just like the little kind of detail that it gives. It just makes it pop a little bit. So I'm going to add to the front. So we'll go again, we go front here, add, and this is going to be another whiskey, the Lafroig. As I say, these sponsors may change. I mean, I may say I don't want them as a sponsor, and I'll change it. So for this one, I can go quite big here actually. Again, maybe don't want to go too big. I think that's about right. Change the colour, go to white. There we go. And I've actually got, while I'm here, I'm going to do another couple in the front. I've actually got, it's one I've added recently. I'm a big aviation buff, and if anybody probably, where is it? Oh, there it is. That's the Antonov logo. Obviously, the Antonov 225 was destroyed in the recent war. So I've actually got this, and I usually put this at the front. Just a little kind of, I like to pay homage to the Antonov. I've actually put that in the colours, like the Ukrainian colours. So I've usually go yellow. And that's just a little bit different. And duplicate that on the other side. Could probably do with moving that a little bit. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete that layer. I'm going to resize this. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Move it along a little bit. Like duplicate. Yeah, that's better. What else do I need? Right, okay, so I'm probably going to end this video, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tow option. Now, on a car, if you actually look, I'll zoom in. That red thing there, that's the tow hook. And what you get in race cars, you actually get an indicator that shows you where the tow is. So I'm going to do this one. I need to pick that one, I believe. And it just signifies where the tow hook is. And it usually points. You could have it like this. You could have it at an angle. I'm probably going to go like a bit like that kind of angle. And just put it here. Maybe make it a bit smaller. There we go. That'll do. And that's the front tow. Also, there's one at the back. So we just go add layer. And we go rear. And then we're going to add in the tow here. So I'm probably going to go that side. And you can see the tow hook. It's right down here. I could have positioned that better, but I really don't need to. Resize it. Let's get it down there. For this one, I'll probably just go with that. I'll put it straight down. Nah, maybe go at an angle actually. I think it looks better. I'll probably keep it in line with the body work at the back there. Yeah, that's better. And there we go. That's that done. So that's roughly. I've got other stuff that I need to add. I'll probably show you. Now you can do another thing that I like to do is you have the race options. You can put in stickers. It's a basic Gran Turismo one, which, you know, I could put that in. Like, I usually tend to go for a certain style. I prefer the number 2. And then I put in my number, which is 74. And that looks fine. You get it there. You get the sticker at the side there as well. But I like to put my own sticker. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep those stickers on at the moment as a template. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my own decals on. So I'm going to go to body, which is the hood. And this is going to take it, this is a little bit of a kind of double whammy here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my own sticker. Into collection. Now I've got this WEC, which is the World Endurance Championship, I believe. And this is the Le Mans 24 hour. Now, you could use any one, I suppose. But I'm going to use this as a template. In fact, it's probably actually going to get in the way. Wait, let's get back out of here. Let's get rid of these race options. I was going to use that as a template, but to be honest, it's just getting in the way. Get rid of that. Right, back in. Decals. It's body 2. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to place this. Now there's a light. I see. What I want to do is probably swing this round that way. Right, I'm looking at the. Yeah, that's perfect. Can I go a bit there? Right. I'm just trying not to get it in a certain area. Right, there we go. Right, now you see a major problem when I do this. If you look here, this is clipped off, and basically to make that, because you can't put it in this bit because it doesn't let you like put the decal onto the body. So what you do is you go to body, add layer, and then you can go roof, and then you can zoom in. And then what you want to do here is you want to get that decal that you had, the exact same one, get it, and then all we're doing is matching. So I think I'm a little bit, am I too big? I'm trying to think what size that was actually. There we go. I would say that's almost perfect. Maybe just a little bit here. Just try and get the angle. That's it. So we've just matched it. We've just put the corner that was missing on it onto that side of the body, and that's the way you can do that. And then what I do now is go into body again, then I put more numbers in. So I've actually saved a number option. I'm trying to get more kind of options for numbers, but there's the 7. And again, it's just a simple case of putting it in. If anybody's ever worked with Photoshop, it's pretty much, they know what they're doing with the layers stuff. You add layers on top of each other. So for that number to show, it needs to be above. It needs to be above this layer. So if I moved that, for instance, and put it below the sticker, obviously it's not going to show because it's underneath. So you always need to have that on top. Go there, I go to collection, next page, number 4. There's my number 4 there. Again, move it over, round, resize. And then what I'm doing is I'm just matching the size to the 7. So if you put it up here, you can actually see yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can even get it angled so that it's the right way. And there we go. Job done. And then basically all I do is I go to add layer. Oh, it's not body 2 I want, it's the main body. And then basically, I'm probably going to end the video here, but what I'm going to do next is I'm going to zoom in to where I want this decal, and that's going to be there. And basically all I'm going to do is start adding my other sponsors in. Again, that's completely up to you. You can put your sponsor decals in wherever you want. Like for instance, in fact I'll do this one. I'm actually doing this the wrong way. In fact, you know what I'll do? Get what I was originally going to do. Get my sticker there. I'm going to resize it to what I need. Oh, another point. So I'll just duplicate this on the other side. What I'm quickly going to do is go back to body 2, because you get like, there's like pro, there's like there's like different kind of categories. I'm going to put my pro sticker in. It just adds that little authentic touch to your car. So I'm going to put this in. And this is just a pro sticker. Now this can go, there's a few places where this can go. I could probably put it in there. I could probably put it down here. I'm probably going to put it here. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And that's the pro sticker. And again, that also gets added to the back. So if I go back, go to body, go add, go to rear, sticker, collection, and that goes in the back. It usually goes to this side. I don't think it ever goes to the other side. And I could do it like that. I could maybe to make it a little bit smaller, I could put it here. I could also angle it a little bit so that it's going with the bodywork, like down here. I mean, it doesn't have to be lined up like this. Like, you could even put it maybe here. You could put it up. It usually always goes to this corner. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle it a little bit. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go there. But sometimes that works, you know, putting the decal lined up with the edge of the bodywork. Sometimes going level. It really depends. There's many different ways you can put stuff on. So that's what I'll do is, because this video is running quite long, because the car's not finished, I've got a lot more decals to put on. I've got a number of decals to put on the front there, the sides, some at the back. But I've got roughly what I need. What I'll do is I'll do one decal. So again, we add the layer, and this is the important part. R1 changes the camera selection, and I can move about. So if I was putting one, say I was putting one on the front here, I would zoom in and put it exactly in the crosshairs where I want to be. Like that one there, I would aim there. Where I want to go is, I'm probably want to do my Buckfast sticker. I always laugh when I say Buckfast because it's a Scottish drink. Or it's quite famous in Scotland, put it that way. So I'm going to put my Buckfast logo in. I think my Buckfast logo is... I've never tried it. I don't even think I've actually tasted Buckfast. Believe it or not. So there it is, Buckfast. Now, the colour for this one, as you can see there, it's not a bad colour actually initially. I make it a little bit bigger. Sometimes what I do is, I'll come back. Once I put the sticker on, you always try and keep the sticker perpendicular to the bodywork you're putting it on. And then what I do is I come down here and I just eyeball it, make sure it's... You try and make sure it's kind of sort of level. It looks pretty good from there. Maybe even like move it up a little bit. Is it better there? Nah. I think it's better maybe just with an F over that wheel arch. Yeah. Now, that colour's actually it's okay. It's semi decent. I tend to switch it to white, just because I think it pops a little bit more. And again, what we're going to do is duplicate another side, and you can probably see from here, is that the same? Let's have a little peek. It looks as if it's moved a little bit. Do you know what? I might actually just change that a little bit. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna quickly delete that. I'm gonna go, oh, wrong one. I'm gonna go back to this one. I think I'm gonna change it because the F, yeah, the F was over the back, over that sort of hump. So I'm gonna keep it there. Yeah, that's better. Yep, let's go with that. Duplicate another side. Now, is that... It's hard to say whether that's level. What I'm going to do is swing round. Wrong way. Okay, that's... F's over the centre hub. Yeah, that's a little bit off. Just going to tweak this one a little bit. There we go. Sometimes you've got to do that. And I think I'm actually going to angle it a little bit. Oh, made it weird. I'm just going to check that's the right size. 64. Let's save that. I'll just quickly check what this one is. 65, so it's... I need to expand that other one just a tiny bit. Oh, I need that. Oh, too big. Right, that's it. So that is probably going to do this video. So as you can see here, I've still got a lot to do. I've got to put my numbers on my sides there. I've got decals at the front to put on. I've got decals just at this part here. to do. I've got to fill this area up. I've got some at the back to do. Um, I've got some at the front to do, but overall that's the car, and that's just a basic run through. I could do that really quick, from my kind of DM Motorsports, but I'm quite happy with this fade technique and the St Andrews flag. I just think it ties it into the car a little bit better, and I may rinse and repeat this on other cars that I've made up already. But that's just a really quick, I say a quick tutorial. It's probably running to like 30 minutes long. It's maybe a bit long, but there's quite a lot to it, and it's not that difficult to do. To edit and make your own. As I say, I could actually change the colour of this car if I wanted. I'm quite happy with how it's looking. Um, but that's it, folks. Again, it's quite good to get into, and it's a little bit unique. I mean, this car's got my own kind of fingerprint on it. It's my own design, and I think it's quite good. As I say, I've went with the Scottish theme, but you could do anything. You could do like a monster style livery. You could do your favourite beer. You could do whatever. The world is your oyster. But that's how I do my paint scheme. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'm actually quite looking forward to getting this car out the track and just testing it to see how it is. But anyway, folks, take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.